Virgo, hello there, my beautiful friends. We're going to do your general tarot reading for mid-May 2023. Thank you so much for joining me today. You know I appreciate each and every single one of you. So let's get right down to business as always and start you off with an oracle card here, just so we could dip our toes in the energy and see what's going on for the lovely Virgo collective. I hope you're all doing fabulous, my friends. Let's shuffle it up one time, see what we got for you. Talk to me, my guides. What's up with Virgo? And yeah, we're just going to take a real quick look at this first card, then we'll get into the full reading itself. And at the very end, I'll pull you a bonus card from the Shadowland Tarot, just to see what might be in the shadows or what shadow work you can lean in on, which is always interesting. But let's get it going right away. Let's rock. Let's get it going for Virgo. My guides, what do you got for my friends here in mid-May? Thank you. Okay, big creation, big focus with this card. Okay, and it's an interesting bit of imagery. Not many people notice that this is actually an archangel here, so there's spiritual ties as well. Lots of creation and power in this card, which fits the theme with what I've been seeing for you in recent weeks. But we'll talk about that in a moment. Before we do, though, if you're new here, I'll be speaking about the May subscriber surprise towards the end, so you might want to check that out. Also, if you could kindly illuminate that like button by tapping it right on its third eye, you know I'd greatly appreciate it. But enough of the promo, into the reading. Have a look at this card. So we see this angelic figure. He has a Vitruvian man on the head, focused on this child, on this baby. So to me, this is a big card about creation, manifesting, creating life how you want it to be. For another portion of you, this could represent spiritual protection or a guardian angel watching on as you move through this journey of life, and that's a very reassuring type of energy. So for some of you, you might just need to hear that. You are being watched over, you are protected, you are loved. Aside from that, this card also represents focus, because this is like laser focus type of energy. So maybe you have a situation that's taking up the vast majority of your focus. Maybe someone's got their eye on you in some sort of way. We'll just have to see how it all plays out. But we're going to put our angelic friend right there. Let's get into tarot. And I always say with that first card, it doesn't make or break the reading. It's just a footnote. Let's get you 3 in the upright before we get that intuitive juiciness flowing. What do we got here for Virgo, please? My guides and spirit team. So, last week's reading, and I will say this, for the last 2 weeks, there's been this interesting universal type of energy around you. We're dealing with karmic themes. And last week's reading was titled A Massive Omen. And a large portion of last week's reading was centered around reading signs, synchronicities, spirit trying to get attention from you, whether for good things, rough things, or indifferent. So we're going to see what shows up this week. Usually when we get powerful energy like that, it can stick around for a little bit. But let's get you 3 in the upright. Then we'll get the intuitive juiciness flowing. What do we got here for Virgo? And just always remember, energy is never set in stone. Only take this how it hits for you, because we could be seeing your vibe or someone you're linked to. Let's get you 3. What do we got for Virgo? Thank you. Okay, we do have the 5 of Cups in position number 1. So, someone's in the feelings a little bit here. Someone's a little upset, possibly sad when we have the 5 of Cups. Let's get you 2 more. We'll start building out this picture. Big watery type of energy. Okay, Page of Pentacles. So we have some communication. That's a card that could be representing you as well. Interesting how this is all laying out so far, my friends. Let's get that right there. Let's get 1 more out, and we'll really go through this. Water and earth mixture. I do like that elemental mix. Yeah, lots of talking, lots of communication. We have the 8 of Wands right here on the back end. So we're really going to need to like dig in deep and see what all these could be about, because there's so much communication to be had. Now, let's go through, I'll give you some of the classical meanings and archetypes. So at first glance, when I look down at this box, like I said, elementally, it's interesting. We have 3 different elements, but this water, earth in the beginning is very nice to me. But 2 huge cards of communication and talking and back and forth. But position number 1, the 5 of Cups. This card is generally called the River of Tears from a lot of readers. You see this individual, they're wearing all black. It looks like they're hunched over, sad, crying, upset. I always say this energy works on a spectrum. It could be something very minor. You might just be a little gloomy, a little down in the dumps, little depressions, but this could also range to someone being heartbroken. So if not you, there could be someone in your life that's really going through a tough one. Hurting, pain, depression, stuff like that. So we really want to clarify it, because the clarifier could tell us a better tale. The silver lining to this card is even at times where things might seem lost, there is more at your disposal than you think. There's still these 2 full cups that you don't quite see just yet. So nothing is ever truly completely lost when we have a card like this. Now, moving to the center, we have the Page of Pentacles. This card, in my simplistic style of reading, could just represent you, right? It's earth sign energy. If you're connected to another earth sign, it's showing up here. But when I get this page, they all represent students and messengers. So communication, talking, back and forth, very similar to this 8 of Wands here on the back end. You might be trying to learn new things. This could be speaking of a new cycle of life you're moving into. So page energy is usually very good. And I like it that we're getting a double down of this messaging, talking, communicating energy. Next says 5 of Cups. You might be telling someone how you truly feel or something that's bothering you, like a venting session. I don't want to get too intuitive on the message just yet, but I do feel like these communication cards could really be an interesting play of energy. Now, moving to the very back end, we have the 8 of Wands. Aside from talks, messages, communication, this is a card of speed. This is a card of action. This is of the fire element, so it's burning hot, like white hot type of energy. The 8 arrows cutting through the sky. So for some of you, this could be something picking up a lot of steam. This is an action-oriented card. This is a change-based type of card, aside from communication. So there could be big progress. You can make big leaps and gains in this time. But when we're linking it right next to another communication card, this could literally represent like a back and forth, back and forth. So we want to see what's up with all this. So I will say this overall, since we have so many different elementals and elemental mixes happening here, these could be separate things happening. So like things, you might have a lot on your plate. There could be a lot going on internally, externally, a lot of things affecting your energy. But I want to dive deeper on all of it, Virgo. Let's jump in and clarify. All right, let's get a good shuffle here for my Virgos, please. My guides, talk to me. What do we got for my friends? And yes, this is where I go intuitive with the message, which means I just tell you how it feels to me. So feel free to do further research or rely on your base knowledge of tarot, because as you know, every single reading is about the reader's interpretation, and I'm just giving you mine. We're going to start in on that 5 of Cups. And yes, before we do, if you're a reader yourself, please feel free to play along. That's why this box is here. If you're feeling any messages that you want to give to Virgo, you could drop it in the comments. I don't mind at all. All right, 5 of Cups time. What is this about? Thank you. 7 of Pentacles. This karmic energy, all right? This could be someone in your life that does feel like they have like bad luck. This could also represent somebody who's feeling impatient as well. Okay, they're not liking this waiting game. Like, I feel like I'm always waiting. I feel like I'm always waiting type of energy. And it's not an unfounded or uncalled for type of energy. I will say that. For a portion of you, please watch out for monetary situations. Watch out for rough work situations or money. You want to keep your finances in line when we have this type of vibe showing up. But once again, the 7 of Pentacles is a card of reaping what you sow. What you put forth, you get back in return. So we could be seeing somebody here paying a karmic debt. Karmic lesson. We saw it 2 weeks ago in a full reading. So I find it interesting that it's still showing up. These karmic energies, these karmic lessons, like getting served up on a silver platter. Not saying that it's necessarily you. We have a lot of different messages here. Okay. But for a portion of you, I would just say, like, even if you do feel like you're waiting patiently on something, or just something could be like not fair, you have bad luck, it's a bit rough, but I don't feel like it's treachery. Okay, I feel like this might be a little more of like the gloominess, so watch out for depressive episodes. I know I'm all over the place here, Virgo. That's just what it's making me feel. We're going to keep pushing forward. Lots of messages. We'll talk about it more during the recap because I don't want to overcomplicate this. So just take what hits. We're going to go in on that Page of Pentacles, though. I mean, it's good that we're starting to get more pentacle energy that could really like ground down some of these energies. But let's see what this page is about. Especially with the double dose of communication we got happening here. Why is this Page of Pentacles here? Thank you. Queen of Pentacles in reverse, huh? Okay. Yeah, this is a little jarring type of energy. Okay, this could be something that has you taken aback. You might have some sort of unexpected conversation or talk or hear from somebody or something that just has you taken aback. The Queen of Pentacles in reverse, once again, I'm going to go with that financial thing, like watch out for financial things, watch out for issues in the workplace when she shows up in reverse. But remember what I also said about somebody airing grievances as well, like saying what's bothering them, getting something off their chest. This can be an emotional talk, but when I see the Queen of Pentacles in reverse, I think of somebody that's, you know, feeling like they're on shaky ground, or just like, it's a stable energy generally. So when it's in reverse, it's a lot of upheaval. So underneath this Page of Pentacles, like, yeah, you could hear back from something that's a little jarring or unexpected, right? Like hear back or hear some news that you didn't expect to come in. We're going to see if we get more revelation with that on the back end of this spread, but it could be either or both. You just take it how it hits. Lots of pentacles showing up here. So we're getting that big focus on the financial and work. Let's see what's up with the Eight of Wands. Then we'll do a recap before we get into the shadow card. Yeah, it could be a surprising talk, or even hearing from someone you haven't expected to hear from as well. That could be it. Because it just feels jarring. It feels like you weren't expecting this conversation to happen. So why is this Eight of Wands here? Why is this Eight of Wands here? Thank you. King of Swords in reverse. Okay. Fire-air combination right here on the back end. King of Swords. Hopefully you're not having issues with an earth sign. And once again, notice we have both of these court cards in reverse. Hopefully these aren't like angry people that you're angry at, or people that are angry at you, because when we get court cards in reverse, it could represent that. So it's something to watch out for, because there could possibly be disagreements or people not seeing eye to eye. You might be having a hard time getting everyone in your group or around you to like see things from the same level or eye to eye big time. Now, the King of Swords is usually a card of planning. Okay, it's a card of strategy. It's a little serious as well. So in reverse, this is an unplanned, just like we were seeing here. So you might be hearing from a lot of people that you haven't heard from in quite a while. You might be having a lot of conversations that you didn't expect to be having. Like there's so much of this conversational energy. I just feel like you're going to be very popular for good, bad, or indifferent when we have all this stuff. Just beware of conflict. Don't let other people drag you into their conflict as well, because there is that possibility. Like people reaching out, people talking, like there could be a possibility of someone trying to get you involved in some sort of conflict, but still the unsurprising or the surprising things popping up, the unexpected, like there's a lot of this on the back end here. Let's go through and do a quick little recap before we get into the shadow card, because I know I was given lots of different messages, because it was making me feel that there's so much energy emanating off of this spread this week, Virgo. Like it's almost too much. But in position number one, we have the Five of Cups with the Seven of Pentacles in the upright. This could represent the karmic themes we've been seeing for a couple of weeks now. Someone paying a karmic toll, karmic debt, karmic lesson, getting it served up on a silver platter. You already know the deal. For a portion of you, you might be feeling impatient, like you're always waiting on something or someone, and your patience could be wearing thin here. But we were also getting plenty of warnings about financial. So issues possibly with the work scene or with money. Just make sure you're budgeting and doing the right thing monetarily. In the center, we have the Page of Pentacles with the Queen of Pentacles in reverse. It did give me the emotional talk type of energy of somebody airing grievances or just telling you how they feel. But with how all this stacks up in the back end, like you might hear something you weren't expecting to hear. You might have a conversation from someone you weren't expecting to have a conversation about. It shows up twice in a row here. Just watch out for that. Now, moving to the back end, we have the Eight of Wands with the Queen of Swords, the King of Swords in reverse. Like I said, that unplanned. You could be hearing from lots of different people, whether you haven't heard from them for months or years, or just make sure you're not getting dragged into other people's stuff. Especially with this fire-air combination, there could be some sort of like conflict brewing around you, where it's hard for everybody to see eye to eye. Let's just leave that alone. We're going to get into the shadow card. There's a lot happening here, Virgo. So let's see what's in the shadows for my friends. Take a little peek here at the Shadowland Tarot. What's going on with Virgo shadows, please? And I've been seeing this in other signs too. Just so many court cards, so many people, and it's so many energies that could be affecting you in various ways. But what's in the shadows for Virgo, please? It's always a nice way to end off a reading, in my opinion. All right, thank you. Okay, that is a very, very common card to have here in the shadows. We have the Ten of Swords, okay? And I always say that we usually don't like seeing this card in any reading, but out of all the shadow cards I get across the whole zodiac, the Ten of Swords is the most common because it's a card that really does belong in the shadows. When we go through pains, tough endings, loss, things like that, this card is something that some people suppress that energy, or they just hold on to it for years and years and years, even if they don't realize it. So this is representing some sort of loss that you may have gone through that you haven't fully gotten over or healed from yet. I'm not saying that in a judgmental way. We all hold things for as long as we need to heal them. But this card showing up in the shadows might be Spirit asking you to shine a light on that. If you feel like it's affecting your current day or feel like it's affecting your current situations, take a look at it, shine a light on it, okay? Just watch out for Ten of Swords vibes. And yeah, Virgo, that's what I have for you this week, my friends. Don't click away just yet, though. I'm going to give you the details of the May subscriber surprise. For the May subscriber surprise, I'm giving away 2 boxes of the beautiful Tarot of the Owls. This is an awesome deck. So if you'd like to get your name in for this, it's 2 simple things. As always, my friends, first, you must be subscribed, which I'm sure you already are. And second, let me know down in the comments, out of all the cards in this week's reading, which one spoke to you the most. You'll be entered to win, and at the end of the month, I will announce the winners in my community tab at random. As always, my friends, much love to you, and I'll see you next time.